Hey guys, so this is season 0, episode 1 of my health diary, diabetes, obesity, and beyond. And as I told you, I started my journey yesterday towards holistic health, where I'm looking at all aspects of my life. And in this series, we are going to speak how everything is going on, what's happening. I'll show you all the experiments that I'm doing, and I'm doing it a live experiment. So I am currently facing it. I'm not talking retrospectively or prospectively. I'm just talking what's happening today, and I'll try my best to kind of tell you some aspects around it, etc. Right. So stay tuned for next few minutes. I'll first tell you what happened yesterday, what I had, how much my blood sugar looking like, etc. So as I told you yesterday that I used an Ultrahuman patch. So I bought a patch from Vixxa through Ultrahuman, and Ultrahuman is where I'm trying right now tracking it to see how it goes, what's happening, etc. So I'm just gonna share my screen so that I can show you how everything looked like. So sorry for that. I'm just still trying to share my screen. Yes. Okay, I think I need to just record my video to make it work. So I'm recording the video and let's see how it works. Not sure whether this is gonna work or not. So how it totally happened is as follows. Uh, So guys, so basically yesterday, if you see, I wore my sensor at about 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:20 a.m. and by 7:30 the warming up phase got over. And if you see, when I started, it looked like my sugar level was 271. Same time, I did look at my FBS through my GRBS, and I saw that it was at about 199, which was still high as I'm diabetic, you know that. So, of course, I didn't because when I saw the sugar level so high in the morning, I quickly took a glass of warm water, added some lemon and salt, and that kind of started helping me. It was refreshing, to be frank. And then by the time I was at about 9:15, I had my breakfast. So if you see my breakfast, it shows 251. Again, as I told you, don't look into the absolute numbers, just look into trends right now. But at 251, I had a chapati. So I had previous day's chapati left, so we kind of broke it, heated it, broke it, and added some milk and jaggery powder. And along with that, I had one cup of tea, which was about 250 ml or so. But over here, if you see, it started at 251, and the rice went on up to 395. So that's pretty steep, right? It's almost about 144 mgdl of rice. That's huge only for chapati. So why do you think it's so high? One, because I ate sugar and complete carbs in empty stomach, so that also led to that high rise of glucose. However, the rice could have been higher if I would not have walked. So morning time, I had a lot of calls to take. I saw to it that I walked indoor, and I continuously walked around my office space, and I spoke to all my team members, spoke on calls, etc. So luckily I got a chance to walk, and thereby the numbers are little lesser, otherwise it would be much higher. I almost finished walking 12,000 steps by about 1 p.m. or so, I believe, yesterday. So that's the kind of walk I had yesterday. So 3-4 hours of call. So rather than sitting and taking all the calls, I like just walked around and took all my calls. So again, my job allows me, your job may not allow you, so it would depend on that. So it was about 2:30. I had my lunch yesterday. So if you see, at around lunch, I basically ate some white rice. So the white rice was about 200 grams, chapati, which was about 90 grams, and about same amount, quantity, so rice, and then one chapati. So that was about total 250 grams. And then I took 250 grams of dal, equal quantity of dal as well. Dal is protein rich, whereas rice and chapati are more carbohydrates. So I tried to equalize both of it. Along with that, I took 100 grams of curd that I ate after the food. So this is what I had my this thing. So I started at 213, I believe. And if you see, it went all the way to 334. By the time it was 349. So that is a jump of 213 plus 347, looks like that. Uh, Let me just put it there. 213, and this is 334. Yeah, so 3434 means it was almost 123 mgdl rise. That was again pretty high. So that was my high, this thing for lunch. Again, it was going down by 4:30 when I looked at my post lunch uh, sugar levels in my glucometer slash GRBS. It was 275, still pretty high, but lesser than what I had for breakfast. So that was my situation yesterday. Post that, I was feeling a little drowsy. My energy was feeling low because for my body, I reached about, say, uh, so I had reached at about 282 at about 6 p.m., right? At about 5, 276 at about 5:30 p.m. So now, while this time I was feeling little low in energy, right? 276, I told there is a 70 mgdl difference at this point of time between my glucometer reading and this reading. So if you subtract, it was about 206 in my glucometer, right? So now when you see 206 difference, my body is so used to high sugar all the time that even 200 mg of blood sugar, looks low for my body, and it was not kind of accepting it enough, right? That was the state I was in. So I quickly grabbed a samosa and a chai. So I took one samosa and one cup of tea that I ate, which I could not weigh because it was outside. So I don't know the weight of how much I ate, but I ate 276 at 5:30, and by the time it was 7 o'clock, it was 337. So it's about 60-65 mgdl this rise that we could see, right? Now that started to crash, and I had my late dinner yesterday because I had an evening snack. Typically I eat at about 8:30 every night, but yesterday it was a little different. So at about 10:15 I ate my dinner, started eating my dinner, and at that time my NGDL was or my glucose level was 212 mg per dl, right? So now if you see at in the night I ate chapati, two chapatis with yellow dal. So two chapati was about 90 gram, yellow dal was about 120, 140 grams, and then I had then I had salad. So this was like cucumber, tomato, and carrot. And then I had a buttermilk. Right, this is what is the dinner that I had. And if you see, by the time it was 12:11, it was 376. So 212 to 376. That's again pretty steep rise. About 150 odd mgdl. That was pretty steep. But that's okay. As I told you, I'm just improving every day. So let's see how it goes throughout it. So now, if you see, at about 2 a.m. or 2:30, I was already I had slept by then, right? It was not like I was awake, and my glycemic level had come to 223, and I was nice asleep. So, but even at that time, my body, so 223 means you subtract minus 70, which I told earlier, because of my calibration change. So that would be about 160, to be frank. Even at that time, my body thought that my sugars are low, right? And my brain told the liver to kind of release more sugar so that my body can upkeep with other things. I'm so chronically high in sugar that even 150 mg/dl, 160 mg/dl seems to be low for my brain. So then, the if you see there is a higher 294 sugar. I had not eaten anything. It was just my body's internal mechanism which raised my sugar level through liver releasing the sugar around it. So this happened. So if you see it, it's over here. 310, it was away again to 24, 223, it went to 275, and through the night it remained about 257, etc., etc. And then by the time I woke up, today I woke late because I saw I was binge watching last night due to stress, etc. But when in the morning I looked at my FPS, it was at about 192, whereas my glucometer showed 45 mgdl higher. That's because typically CGM takes about 36 hours to normalize and 24 hours to calibrate. So it takes slowly reaches to the accurate value to as of your glucometer. But remember that glucometer, the blood is taken from capillary, whereas CGM it's taken from interstitial fluid, which I told you in my yesterday's episode as well. So that's how it looked like. Of course, yesterday I was pretty stressed because of all these things, but that's how it takes. So let's see how what happens in my next level. So why did you see this up and down that was happening, in the night? So of course, as I told you, I am diabetes. So you must have seen a lot of videos where they are looking at CGM and then say, when I ate rice, this was 30 mgdl rice, 40 mgdl rice. So that's true for people who are normal or who don't have any trace of diabetes. That is HB1AC, HbA1c is less than or is about 5, but people who are between 5 and 6 are pre-diabetics, 6 onwards diabetes starts, so we have to be very careful, right? So basically you can see how different it looks like. So one is food, but of course through the day I was stressed, so those things will also show. And today was much better, but today's thing I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. But then you saw that in the night there were some rises, right, while you're sleeping. So what happens is my body is accustomed to high blood sugar all the time. So as soon as it is reaching at about 200 or odd aspect, it thinks that my blood sugar is low. So when it thinks that the blood sugar is low, what it would do is it would kind of consider this as a sign that my body needs sugar, and the liver will start pumping in more glucose production for you at that time, because food is already not available. So this is what exactly happens, and then that happens through the day to kind of keep your blood sugar at a range, so that this works. And this is a good phenomena that we can learn about how your body works. So imagine you've been highly diabetic for so long that your body also starts thinking that even 200 mgdl is low for you, so it starts pumping in. So that's how it works. It's little interesting way how things go on, but yeah, that's how it is. But it's a very interesting way to look into it. So I'll keep sharing you how this works, what happens in this. But this is what happened. And today morning I had my fps at 192. Yesterday it was 199. Today my fps was 192, pretty better. Yesterday my pp after breakfast was 299 or something, and today it was 275. So again I've improved. I'll tell you what happened today in tomorrow's video, the whole day, but this is how it goes. But guys, you should understand that it's not just the function of food or exercise. It is function of your mental health. It functions about how much stress you have in your personal, professional, and overall life that you had. Yesterday I was pretty stressed even seeing my blood sugars, because I'm a data person, so when I see this data I also had, oh, what the hell have I done in my life, blah blah blah. So all those things starts coming up in with you, and we need to kind of learn how to deal with it, right? So this is how it works. uh, let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna take everything live. You feel free to comment and ask me your questions. Feel free to message me and let me figure out how can I answer those questions as well. See you tomorrow for my episode 3, and see how it goes and how I'm improving. So I'm this throughout this 2026 I'm gonna take you through the journey of my health. I hope I don't miss even a single day, but if I do miss, please bear with me. I'll try my best to keep doing it. Again, as I'm not gonna share it to anyone. I'm not gonna tell you to like, subscribe. I leave it to you. If you think this makes sense and you want to keep hearing me every day on my journey, and try to see if this can really help you or anyone who has diabetic, feel free to tell them about it. Thank you. See you tomorrow.